Hi everybody, Jenny Polrice. I'm going to show you some Pilates moves. Now you can do this with your limb on or off, whatever's comfortable for you. Just remember to listen to your body. There's a few instructions we're going to go through before we get started. One is always keep your core tight. Pilates is slow and controlled movements. So when you see people throwing themselves around doing sit-ups and whatnot, you're only using about 30% of your muscle contraction, your muscle strength to lift you. Slow and controlled, your mind is controlling those muscles. So as I had stated in a blog that is attached to this video, when the weather changes, biometric pressure affects our body, our joint, our muscles, phantom pains if you're an amputee. And learning to control those muscles with your mind through Pilates, you can control a lot of that pain. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. So what you need to do is remember, always keep your tummy engaged. So a good way to learn to do that, lean back till you feel your whole tummy shake. Right there, you're engaged. So everything is slow and controlled movements. This way you're in control. So we're going to start off in the seated position. Lean back till you feel your tummy engaged. Always exhale on the exertion. So when it's hard, that's when I want you to exhale. So you're going to try to bring one leg up. Reach for your heel. Lean back till you feel that tummy engaged. Other side. And reach. If this is too difficult, bring your hands behind you. Try to keep that tummy engaged and no weight on those arms. They're just back there to kind of help support. Every muscle in those legs are tight. That foot's flexed, so this way you're working every muscle in that leg. Exhale when you bring that leg up. Now do what you can. Listen to your body. If you need breaks, take breaks. Slow and controlled movements. Every muscle stays tight. Again, you can do this with your limb on or with your limb off. I know, like I said, with the weather, it gets to where sometimes it hurts and we can't get it on. So that's the beauty of doing Pilates, is you can still control those movements. Here's the deal with that limb off, you're going to have a weight differential, so you have to remember that. So keep that in mind and engage those muscles. Even though that leg's not on, I want you to squeeze it anyhow. Slow and controlled movements. Exhale on the exertion. It's hard to breathe at first because we're not used to the muscle control movements. So just remember to breathe and work on that breathing later. We're going to do one more on each side. Squeeze, squeeze, relax, come up, reach for those toes. We're going to lean back till you feel that whole tummy engaged. Squeeze tight, reach for your toes, those legs are tight. Exhale and come up. If you can, come all the way back. When you come all the way back, I want you to come back one vertebrae at a time. One back knuckle, as we call it. Well, not we, maybe just me. Arms up over your head, squeeze tight. Remember, those legs stay tight, stomach stays tight. Blah. Fingertips up towards the ceiling, tummy engaged, big exhale, reach for that ceiling. The more control that you learn to get through Pilates, the slower you'll be able to move. Until then, you're going to kind of feel silly. You're going to feel like you're fumbling. You're going to feel like you're falling, and that's okay, that's normal. Big exhale, push. It's a lot harder than it looks. When I first started doing Pilates, these arms are tight, those legs are tight. Let that back come up, one back knuckle at a time. Big exhale, push. I was 220 pounds and in a wheelchair and looked through the room of a Pilates studio and went, really? All they do is lay on the floor. I can do that. So I rolled myself in there, big exhale, come up, and came down out of my chair onto the floor. Slow and controlled, and proceeded to do Pilates. They did a lot more than just lay on the floor. So that's why I first started my weight loss journey and my fitness journey after 3 years of not being able to walk due to a spinal cord injury. Big exhale, come up. We're going to reach for those toes. So when I first started doing Pilates, I didn't have my limb on either. I couldn't get it on. So again, if it hurts too bad, this is the beauty about this, is you can do this with or without your limb on. I like to have mine on because I fought my butt off to walk again. So I'll be darned to take it off. And then plus it helps my gait. So it helps with balance. Your body gets used to it because yes, the prosthesis, when it's on, it weighs more than your other leg because it's dispersed different. Not that it actually weighs more than your other leg. So just think about that. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I burned so many calories because the weight of my leg. Well, not necessarily true, especially if you're used to working out. Anyways, I'm babbling. Surprise! So what we're going to do, we're going to come back down to the floor, arch that back out one vertebrae at a time. Try not to flop. Bring those knees up towards the ceiling. I want you to squeeze them together as tight as you can, like you're going to pee your pants. So squeeze those inner thighs, tummy's tight. So what you're going to do, squeeze those arms tight, lift your chest up off the floor as far as you can. Only come back a couple inches and exhale up. Always keeping that tummy engaged. Inhale back just a couple inches and exhale up. Slow and controlled movements. You're in control. If that neck gets tired, I want you to bring one hand behind your head. Notice that my head is just relaxed in my hand. Leave an apple width between your chin and your chest so you know you're not pulling on your neck. That hand is just back there to support that neck. Your neck muscles are part of your core. They will increase over time to strengthen those muscles. Exhale, squeeze, slow and controlled. Try to never let those shoulder blades hit the mat. Legs are tight the entire time. Squeeze your buns. Remember, you don't want to pee your pants. Big exhale, push. Inhale back just a couple inches. Slow and controlled movements. We're going to do 4 more. 3. I try to do 20 of each, but I can't count to save my life. 2. It's like 1, hold it up there. Now you're going to hold it high and tight. Squeeze, that tummy's tight. 20 small pulses. Just reach out from the tightest spot you can. Exhale up like Lamaze. If you're a guy, just pretend. Or if you've seen your wife do it, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there. Squeeze tight. Don't let it go yet. We're going to move those arms straight towards the ceiling. Look straight up. Back to slow and controlled. Keep that chest high. 1, 2. Those legs are tight. 3. Tummy's tight. Remember, if that neck is tired, bring a hand behind your head. Don't yank or pull on it. You can hurt your neck that way. That's the reason why Pilates is so effective. When you see people yanking, throwing themselves around, that's body momentum and gravity that's throwing you around. It's not the actual squeezing of the muscles. So that control. So when your leg is spasming out due to phantom pains or muscle contractures or you're sore, Pilates helps you control those muscles, to tell them to relax rather than your body just throwing itself around. Slow and controlled. Again, try not to let those shoulder blades touch. Usually I have a shirt on that's smaller so that you can make sure and see that my shoulder blades aren't touching. However, it's Nebraska and it's freezing right now. Most people would argue with me, but to me, it's freezing. It's not like Alaska. Shout out to Holly. 4. But it's not like Arizona, where Rush headquarters is, and I would love to be. We'll hold it up there, squeeze tight. I know that tummy's burning. 20 small pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it out. Reach those arms up above your head. Stretch those legs out. Think long and lean. Stretch as far as you can. Remember, break this down as you need to. You don't have to do everything in one shot. We're going to bring those legs up to what we call tabletop. So those thighs are going to be a 90-degree angle from that tummy, and those shins 90-degree angle from the ceiling, or what's left of them. In our case, if you're an amputee, back is as flat as can be. If you feel that back arching, you need to push it down, like your belly buttons through the mat. Tummy's tight. Reach your fingertips up towards your heels. Inhale back just a couple inches and push. Slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3, Your core is everything from your shoulders to your knees, front and back. That's what stabilizes your body. Having good, strong core muscles is going to help you on your prosthetic so that you don't fall. It'll help you with your balance. It's going to help you with your gait. It'll help you with working out, being stronger. I remember when I noticed a big difference after doing Pilates was when I was standing there doing dishes. I didn't have to lean on the counter anymore. I could stand up on my own. I had the core strength to be able to do that. So just little bitty things at a time. And I went from complete wheelchair bound for 3 years into doing Pilates, and then starting to walk, and then starting to run. Now I'm a personal trainer. And your favorite rush rebel, don't forget that. 3, 2, hold it up there. You're going to squeeze it tight. 20 small pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always exhale on the exertion. 8, 9, 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Squeeze. Relax it down. Give those knees a hug. Arch your back out. Just kind of rock it back and forth. Rock and roll. You're going to notice that you feel this in your back too. Remember I said core is everything from front and back. Relax that back down, flat as can be. Legs back out to tabletop. If you need to, bring your hands just underneath your bottom to keep that back flat. If you start to feel it come out, we're going to reach our legs out as far as we can. If you feel that back come up, pull them back in. Push. Squeeze them tight. Pull it back in. Remember, slow and controlled. For a more advanced move, you can lift that chest up. Push. Squeeze those legs tight. Pull them back in. Push. Squeeze tight. Pull it back in. If you find that it's still too difficult, you can do one leg at a time. Squeeze. Pull. Squeeze. Pull. Or you can do them one at a time, then go back and do them both at a time. Add that level of difficulty, and you have more exercises to do. There's just so many that I could show you, and we just don't have enough time to do so, because I would probably bore you to death. You'll just have to get a hold of me at peglegtrainer.com, and we will work out more often. Push. Pull. Back is flat. Push. Pull. Push. Pull. Even more advanced, reach. Pull it in. Push. I tried to record this yesterday. Ended up doing 2 hours and failed both times. Not at the workout, but at the recording part. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm not a pro. If you've watched any of my blogs before, you'll notice. Reach. Pull. Reach. Pull. We got 2 more. You got this. Reach. Snap, crackle, pop. That's normal. Reach. Pull it back in. Give them a hug. Arch that back out. Good stretch. Lay that back flat. I'm inch warming up here. Back is flat, legs straight up towards the ceiling, straight and tight. Remember, everything's tight all the time. Reach your fingertips up towards your toes. Inhale back just a couple inches and push. Slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, exhale on the way up. 9. That's your exertion. Shoulders are high. If that neck is tired, hand behind your head. Listen to your body. That stomach's going to be screaming right about now. 4-ish, we'll say. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. Relax that back down. Legs are straight and tight. Hands underneath that bottom. Leg lower just till you start to feel that back come up. Hold it. Let it shake. And pull. Slow and controlled lower. Hold. pull. Slow and controlled, lower, hold, pull. Slow and controlled, lower, hold, pull. Just a few more. Slow and controlled, lower, hold, pull. Last one. Lower, hold, pull it back up. Pull those legs into your chest. Give them a hug. We're going to bring those heels down. That limb is off. Use your imagination. You still want to engage those muscles as much as possible. Legs are tight. Squeeze them together like you're going to pee your pants. You're going to lift your chest up as far as you can. Reach for your heel, alternating heels. So you're going to rotate to one side, reach for that heel. Back to center, keeping that chest as high as you can, and other side. Push. Push. Working those muscles on each side of your stomach, getting rid of those love handles. Squeeze. Now, remember, just as hard as this is, or any other workout, without proper nutrition, or at least a better diet, you're not going to get anywhere. Nutrition's super important. And say it till I'm blue in the face. Push. I always tell my clients that I could be with them every single day, kick their butt every single day, but until they slap the fork out of their mouth or that donut, it's not going to help. Yes, you'll feel healthier and stronger, but in order to lose weight, bring down cholesterol levels, sugar, whatever you need to do, that nutrition needs to be in check, and everybody's body is different. Reach, reach, relax it down, stretch it out. Good work. Stretch those legs out. We're going to do what we call the scissors here. One leg at a time. I want you to come up to that heel. If you can, we're going to come all the way up. But let's show you modified versions first. We're going to come up, reach for that heel. Remember, legs are straight and tight. Lower, reach, lower, reach, lower. If you have a hard time getting on and off the floor, you can do this from your couch, from your bed, from your recliner. Modify it for your body. Remember, this is your workout. I'm just showing you what to do. More advanced move, you can come up with that one at a time. Slow and controlled. Remember, no jerking motions. We want that tummy to be in control. Your mind is squeezing those muscles. This way, when the weather says, we don't like you, body, we're going to say, screw the weather, watch me. I'm going to do it anyhow. I'm going to go out and shovel you off the ground, if you live where I live. Maybe rake your leaves. I don't know what they do in sandy areas. Maybe rake your sand. I don't know. You tell me. I would sure like to know, because once it gets below 70 degrees, I'm like worthless. Snap, crackle, pop. It's perfectly normal, I'm sure. One more on each side. Don't be afraid to use your modified versions. Take breaks as you need to. No jerking motions. Everything's slow and controlled. And push. Reach for those toes. Remember when I said that core is everything, front and back? Well, that's what we're going to work on. So we're going to roll over to our front to work on our back. Tummy's tight. I'm going to move up here so you can see some. So what we're going to do, we're going to dig that leg into the floor. If you don't have your leg on, or if you're AK, then I want you to lift it up. Just imagine. So you're going to dig that foot into that floor, squeeze it as tight as you can. Buns are tight. Other foot up, flat with the ceiling. Keep those hips flat and lift just with your buns like you're stepping on that ceiling. Foot is flexed too. I know a lot of people get confused because, you know, that doesn't flex unless I'm running on it, which most carbon fiber feet don't. So, you know, go brush. We're going to go for 10 more. 10. Exhale when you come up. Don't let those knees touch. You're going to feel a cramp in the back of those hamstrings. If you're not used to it, 5-ish, we'll say 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. Straighten that same leg out. Again, don't let it touch. Those bodies tight. Lift your heel. Straight as can be. 1. You'll see better when we do the other leg because we have to match. 4, 5, 6. Body's tight. Remember, keep those buns tight. Just because I'm on my tummy doesn't mean that it's loose. 6-ish. I don't know, I lost count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake it out. You're going to dig that other foot in. Again, bring up that knee. Other foot up. Flat with that ceiling. Foot is flexed. Reach like you're stepping on the ceiling. 1, 2. All buns. 3, 4, 5, 6. This works that lower back and your bottom and the back of your legs, which a lot of times on the prosthetic side, our glutes are stronger because we have to use our hips to step over that prosthetic. So this helps even out the other side. Or if you're bilateral, then we have to work on both sides. So it's either a win or lose, or win or lose, and I refuse to lose. So let's win and win. Whether you're AK, BK, bilateral, whatever it may be. We got the amp power. Take on that weather. 2, 1 more. Straighten that leg out. Remember, we're keeping it straight and tight. Lift that heel. 1. Knees are up. 2. Tummy's tight. 3. Exhale when you lift that leg. 4. 5. Slow and controlled movements. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 9. Now I'd love to stay and play. I have clients coming in and we have to do lots more of this today. So this is just a preview, a few exercises of Pilates that you can do any place, anytime. Whether you hurt, whether you don't, we want to make sure that core stays strong. 2, 1 more. We always need to stretch after a workout. Drink lots of water, at least a gallon a day. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to stretch it out. For more stretching ideas, refer back to one of my first blogs, and I'll give you some stretching ideas. It's super important to stretch. The more flexible you stay, the less injuries you're going to have. Better off your core is going to be. We're going to bring our butt down to our ankles. Reach those arms up over your head. Stretch it out. They call this the child's pose. It's kind of the best stretch ever. We're going to come up onto all fours. I call this the cat stretch. I think every place calls things something different. So you're going to arch your back up like you're a mad cat. And why everything refers to animal, I don't know, it's a little weird. Drop that back down, let that tummy kind of hang to the floor. Lift that butt up, lift your head up. Good stretch. Nobody looks cute doing this, trust me. Arch that back up. It's like one of those memes that you see where it's like what my family thinks I do, what others think I look like, what I actually look like. That's this. We're going to get up on those toes, push your heels down. Now, if you don't have your leg on, you can do this from your knees. Stretch out those hamstrings. Otherwise, we're going to get up on those toes, push those heels down. Slowly walk those hands up toward your feet. Let it hang forward. You're going to feel an inch longer already. We're slowly going to walk those hands up your legs. And you will be done for the day. I'm going to step out of frame for a second. Come back down here and join you. Thanks for doing Pilates with me. I hope you enjoyed. There's a lot more where that came from. I'll see you next month on our Rush channels. And remember, Rush Live. Have a good one, guys.